nights don't get around, but there's something about you I like.
All right, whoa. Just leaving Popeyes over there. You can see it in the back. For November, it's actually pretty nice out. Like, I'm surprised. Let me turn this down. I'm surprised it's not a lot colder. Like, we live in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It is November 8th, and I'm in I'm going from the store, but I'm in shorts and just a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, and I'm good. Like, I'm good. What's the temperature? +5. +5, dog. Damn, son. All right, so what do we got to do tonight? Right now, we are gonna turn the seat warmer on full blast, heat my booty cheeks, and then we're going home. I'm gonna go have something to eat, and then we are going to jump into some client programs. I got 2 meal plans to make tonight, get them sent out and loaded into my clients' apps. Then I gotta skim through everyone's profiles, see if there's any last minute adjustments I need to set them up for the week very strong, and then we're good to go for the week. And it's just maintaining till check-ins on Friday. So that's kind of the game plan for tonight. I'm gonna crank some tunes, have a nice drive home, and I'll catch you guys there. Let's go. Easy. See, this is the difference. This is the difference between me and most people. Most people are in bed right now, or, chilling at home for the last few hours. I'm just getting home. And then I'm gonna do some more work for myself and my side business and my coaching and my clients. And after that, bedtime, and I'm up before most people. The grind don't quit, but this is what you gotta do if you want the life you want. Gotta realize what you want to sacrifice if you want to make it, right? All in a day's work. Let's go. What's going on, squad? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the vlog. Guys, I am super stoked to be back vlogging for you guys. I've got a whole new appreciation for it. I've got a lot to show you guys, a lot to share. Tuesdays are typically my day off of the gym. They're typically when I focus more on work, because I do work at Popeyes at 1 p.m. and all the way up until then, I typically do some reps up coaching work, so I got to do a couple meal plans, go over my clients' programs, kind of make any last minute adjustments for the week so I can tailor into it strong. And then, yeah, I've got a few of those updates to kind of process through. So I'll take you guys through that process, show you a little bit about how that goes, and kind of my coaching, guys. So over the last couple of weeks, over the last couple of months, over the last couple of years, it's slowly been getting better and better and better every day, every week, every month, every year. So ever since I started it, and it was kind of this idea, it's been growing and growing and growing now. My original vision for all of this was to have clothing, was to have coaching, was to have like models, the events that we're doing, live events, online competitions. Like, I wanted it to be huge. I wanted it to be something bigger than myself. I wanted it to be more of a community-based thing. And so far, I bit off more than I could chew right at the start. I thought I could handle everything at once, and that's not really the way it works. So I had to build pieces and pieces and pieces. I had to go back to the drawing board, and as we've progressed, over the last year and a half, I've hired a business coach, Brian Mark. I've hired mentors. I've been in some amazing rooms where it's talked about growing your business and things like that, like seminars, Zoom calls. I've been doing all that kind of stuff to kind of elevate my business and really get it to the next level. And I feel that one of the things holding me back was myself, and not that I didn't have the drive or the focus or the energy to do it, just I feel like I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have the basis, I didn't know where to point the needle to go in the proper direction. I was kind of just throwing it everywhere, throwing like wood on every ounce of flame and hoping that they all caught when, I was just smoldering the flames essentially. So what I needed to do is just kind of focus on one, take care of it, nurture it, get that going, nurture it, get that going, nurture it. So it's been a process, to say the least. However, we've completely transformed the way we operate since I've got my business coach. And now, with that being said, I've kind of focused more on, providing a service, doing more of what feels right rather than what I think I should be doing more of what I feel fits me and my style rather than looking at what other coaches are doing. And not that I was trying to copy anyone, but when you're trying to be a health and fitness coach, you look at other health and fitness coaches and see what they're doing, just in terms of how
the whole system works, right? Like if you're to open a gym, you probably have been to a few gyms and got an idea of how it operates. So in terms of that, that's kind of how I was looking at it. It's not like I was going in trying to take people's ideas or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be like anybody else's coaching program. I don't want to have the same shit, because I want you to want to come to me because of what I offer. You know what I mean? So I was just kind of looking at the market, looking at what other places and other companies offer, so I can kind of give that same kind of service within that realm, right? So like I say, if you're a gym and you're like, yeah man, come here and get a good pump, but you've never gone to another gym and you don't think you need any weights, you're just like, yeah, we're a big open room, people come do push-ups here. You're probably not gonna be too hot. So with that being said, if you know your market, know what you're getting into, and kind of be a competitor, right? So with that being said, I've taken my coaching to the next level on all aspects. It's been amazing so far. It's been really hard. Currently, I have been going through one of the roughest times in my entire life. I mean, I keep saying that on the vlog, but it just seems like one thing after another, and it just compounds. So it's like one thing's really bad, but then the next thing's just as bad, and it like compounds, and now it's like a really shitty situation, and it's like you don't really fully process the last one, and you're going through another one. Over the last 3 years, it's been some of the best years of my life as well in some aspects, and it's been some of the worst. I've literally gone from losing both my grandparents, like my grandfather, him and my grandmother's house burned down and he died in the fire. My grandpa was in a home, my other grandpa who I grew up around, who I lived with, he was more of a father to me, he passed away. And then luckily my mother, we found out she had cancer, and luckily they were able to remove all the pieces in her body that had it. So as of now, thank fucking God, she's cancer free. So those are big things. Thinking you're gonna lose your mother, and then thankfully, thank God that she's able to be here still. That is amazing. But with that being said, there's so many things that compounded, and like that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. That's just like one of the things. There's fraud been committed on me. I'm still dealing with it. There's been so many fucking things, like someone smashed into my truck while it was parked, and like I put it in my parking stall at my apartment with my girlfriend, and we've been using her vehicle just because I've been putting all my money into my coaching. My truck, the front end needed to be repaired, and it was really bad if I drove it, so I just parked it. In between that, I took my driving insurance off and put parking insurance off, but I guess I didn't activate it, and someone smashed my truck, so now I have a smashed up truck that wasn't apparently insured. I went to go get it, like, looked at, and like set it up to go get fixed, and they're like, yeah, you don't have insurance on it. I was like, what the fuck? So, fuck there. Anyways, with that being said, there's been so many things that have just compounded up that now it's like, what do? You just gotta kind of truck through it. So there's been lots of life stuff going on. There's been lots of things that have like, would probably cripple most people, and I'm just kind of taking it on the chin, trying to just figure it out. That's kind of been my new motto lately, is just figure it out, just figure it out. Kind of like Nike, just do it, just figure it out. Just figure it out. Don't worry about complaining about it. Don't worry about whining about it. Don't worry about sitting here and dwelling on it. Don't sit here and repeat it to yourself 80,000 times. Don't cry over it. Like, go through it, process it. If you need to cry, if you need to break down, if you need to do your thing, but do it. But then move. Keep moving forward. My thing was, especially because they were like after another, what I was finding is that I would hit this wall. It would impact me. I would try and move forward, and as I move forward, another one would smack me. And I'd slide down, and I'd try to move forward, and another one would smack me, and another one would smack me, and another. So it was just like this constant barrage of shit coming on that I just couldn't help but feel deflated. And it just showed me that you gotta be really, 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 really appreciative of what you got, where you are, and how far you have come. That's something that took me so long. I'm 29 years old, and it took me this long to realize how deep that statement is, because I've always heard everyone be like, oh, you got to be proud of yourself, be proud of where you came in from. But it's not so much of the geographical location. Like, I come from Winnipeg, Manitoba, but it's not so much of saying I need to be proud of Winnipeg, because there's lots of times where I'm not. But with that being said, you got to be proud of your roots. So this is what I was brought up in. This is how far I've made it. So there's many times where I look at other people who have succeeded, and I know lots of you guys do, who have succeeded in the field you want to, who are miles ahead in their fitness journey, who are this, that, and the other thing. But you got to consider where you've started, when you started, and how far you've come since then. So if you started yesterday and you're complaining that you aren't at the same spot as someone who started 10 years ago, well, they've got 10 years on you, dog. So if you started 10 years ago and you're complaining you're not where you want to be because people who have been doing it 5 years are further than you need to step your game up. That's a reflection on you. However, there's a whole bunch of shit that goes into that. For example, like if I just got my first apartment, I'm sitting here loving it, blah, 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 blah. But I was, for the majority of my life, I was a homeless person who couldn't get out of the job, this, that, and the other thing. This first step would be huge. But if you're someone who, per se, moved in with a friend, you just left your parents' house, you don't know what it's like to be, homeless, this, that, and the other thing, this won't seem as big or as much you won't appreciate it as much. So that's a huge kind of bold example, but you guys see where I'm going with this, right? Like, it took me nearly 30 years to understand that my journey is way different than everyone else's. Everything that I've kind of gone through is way different than everyone else. My life has had so many crazy moments that I didn't even process, and I start telling people in my older years, like the last couple of years, I've been like sharing my life with people, and they're like, holy fuck. And like, we're not good to get into some of the stuff, but like, you just gotta be appreciative of everything you've been through and how far you've been able to come. Because there's been many times where people have these crazy stories and they don't appreciate how actually amazing it is that they made it through that they came to the other side, that they have the mindset they still do, and that they're still pushing forward for that goal. So I've rambled on for a long time, kind of just trying to give you guys a little bit of motivation, things that I've learned all over my life. I'm just excited to be back on the vlog. We've been doing the podcast a lot, so I can literally probably ramble on for another 20 minutes. But I got some work to do. I got some client check-ins to jump into. I got some coffee to drink. Much love, guys. I'll catch you soon. Peace. Cheers.
There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town, but there's something about you, something about you.